Rich, Crypto Leverage Trading Group, a little after 8 in the morning. This morning, Altcoin Tuesday. Got a couple of messages. Again, this is part 2. Wanted to follow up because I didn't cover the messages in the first video about what to do next. What's next for XRP? Well, listen, again, I know it's repetitive, okay, but this is how you learn, and this is how you advance your trading your trading strategy and how you trade, okay, is you rinse and repeat. You rinse and repeat with all these altcoins in terms of your strategy, okay? So the strategy now, if you are still open, we have gone red on a 4-hour candlestick after a massive run-up. You can see the run-up from the entry at 60 to 62 cents, depending on where you got in on the calls made. If you're following on Twitter at CryptoballersX, you can backtest the calls that were made, okay? If you're in the Discord, you know the calls that were made, all right? And you can see the returns already, okay, in 4 days, right? So what do you do now other than take profit, obviously, if you want to do that? Well, there's a couple of ways to do about it. Is you have a test that's about to happen, and you're like, oh, what's that mean? Well, what you're going to see today in a lot of these altcoins that I'm going to cover is you're going to see backdrafts in most of them today because they've had a 24 to 32-hour run, okay, up with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin got above 44,000, Ethereum's in the 3,100 level. They were all the way down, right? The market is being lifted up. Now, what's happened is the same thing that happened when the market came all the way down and we saw RSIs plummet, okay, and we saw moving averages get broken. We are now seeing tokens rise like XRP here. Remember when we called it on the 4th, we were right on the 721 fault line. What is that? That's where a 7-day moving average and a 21-day moving average kind of converge with one another. So it pretty much made a pretty critical point for XRP. It could have gone higher or lower, right? Could have been resistance, or it could have gone above it like it has now and has now flipped that level. It has flipped to both the 60-cent level and the 66-cent level to now support, okay? So if XRP is to fall back down, we should expect support here at 66, okay? But if it gets broken, we're going to go back down to 60. That's how your levels work on your chart that you should be mapping out for you in terms of your trading zone. That's how I do it, and that's how I teach people to do it, okay? Because that's all you really need. Right now, you're looking at a 7-day of 83 cents and a 21-day of 75 cents, okay? So the first one is going to be the 7-day right here, okay? We've got a wick down to it, but we have not had a candle fall below yet. You can flip and look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour will have a completely different 7-day and 21-day. You can trade off the 1 hour or you can trade off the 4 hour, but don't, confuse them thinking because the numbers will be different, okay, when you do that, okay, because it's a moving average based on an hourly basis or a 4-hour basis, okay? So if this is like QRT, quick reverse trade, that's what QRT means, and you are buy up and you exit your XRP trade in profit and buy a sell down, you would then be short XRP. And you're banking on it falling below the 7-day level of 83 cents. And if that's going to happen, you can see the gap to the 21-day. Okay? It's almost 8 cents. All right? That's a huge, huge move on leverage. 3x, 5x, 10x. So you could still be up, right? You could still be buy up and buy a sell down. That's called a hedge to protect your profit. And what does that mean? It means you haven't sold your up entry because you're in profit. So think about it. If you're 95, 159, 318, or 795% in profit right now on XRP trade, but you still think, there's a probability we're going to move higher into the 90 cent range. So you don't want to sell that open entry. You buy a hedge, sell down to protect that open entry. So if it does turn and the market does fall, you obviously can exit your up trade, but you'll already still be in that down trade to capture the gains as XRP falls back down to a reasonable RSI level. And that's how you trade XRP.